On April the 24th, 1915, British, French, Australian and New Zealand troops began landing on the Turkish peninsula of Gallipoli. Their aim was to knock Germany's ally Turkey out of the war. It was an enormous invasion force, and by mid-afternoon on the first day, there were 8,000 Allied soldiers on the beaches. The Turkish force was heavily outnumbered, but the Turkish soldiers stood their ground. Their bravery allowed time for reinforcements to arrive. Here, as in France, the Allied forces found themselves involved in a war of trenches and stalemate. Cyril Lawrence was one of the Anzacs, the Australian and New Zealand soldiers. He was at Gallipoli in the heat of the summer when there was a plague of flies and disease, and began to question the British commanders.
Daily now, the men are getting weaker. If only those at home, fed on lies as they are, could see how the men really are. Weak as kittens. One mass of sores, and yet as undaunted in spirit as ever. But that spirit can't last forever, and soon these English idiots will have ruined one of the finest bodies of men that ever fought.
It was decided that the Gallipoli campaign was a waste of officers and men. In January 1916, with 250,000 men killed, wounded or missing, the Allies withdrew. At Gallipoli, Turks had fought Australians, New Zealanders and Britons. This showed that what had started as a European war was now something bigger. A world war. So many men were needed for the war that England and France had to recruit from their colonies. In Africa, newspapers called on people to join up.
The present war is a world war. Without you, your white comrades cannot do anything. Everyone who loves his country and respects the British government, join this war without hesitation.
A West African, Kandé Camara, volunteered for the French army and was sent to fight in France.
There were all kinds of nationalities. There were Fulas, Karanko, Yolunkas, Bambaras, Sanufis, Kese, Toms, Becerra, and a lot more. It was terrible and hard. In the white man's war, you never say I'm thirsty. You never say I'm hungry. You fight and fight and fight until your heart tells you you're afraid.
Over 250,000 black Africans were killed or wounded in the First World War, but their bravery failed to win the respect of either fellow soldiers or the enemy.
We were black and we were nothing. Because of the color of our skins, the Germans called us boots. This hurt every black man because they actually underestimated us, disgraced and dishonored us.